Hey everybody, Cookie and Swanee here once again. It's time for yet another podcast. This time around, we have had about 24 hours, a little less than that, to digest the new patch and the new progression system and everything that comes with it, the new Bespin map, all kinds of stuff that came in the latest patch. We've had 24 hours to digest it, play around with it, see what's wrong with it. So now we're going to talk to you guys about it, and not only that, but also tell you what we hope will happen in the next coming weeks, or maybe longer, but we'll talk about that as well. So Swanee, give me your first impressions of the first 24 hours of patch 2.0.
Okay, well, like we predicted, there's obviously a lot of bugs with this patch. We went in with a little bit optimistic, but I mean, maybe we should be more realistic in the future with these patches, because there's quite a few bugs. The progression system is pretty nice. I do like how I have to level up everything now. Like, if I want to level up Luke, I can just play with Luke in Heroes vs. Villains for like 3 or 4 matches and get the skill points and put them towards I want. Like, yesterday during the stream, I played as the Assault and the Heavy, and I got like 3 or 4 different skill points just in the time I did a stream. So that part I like, but I've noticed there's a lot of bugs, and there's a lot of things that are really making a lot of you guys mad, the community mad. Like, Heroes vs. Villains is pretty messed up right now. All the blaster heroes run really slowly, which it makes a pretty big difference with your aim and everything. Like, if you're in a fight with a saber hero, you're done. The only one that really stands a chance is Boba, because he can really fly away, but everyone else, they just run like almost half their normal sprint speed. And it's kind of game-breaking for anyone that likes any of those heroes. So that's pretty bad.
Yeah, during our latest stream, a lot of people are pointing out a ton of different bugs that you guys have figured out. There's a bug with the Heroes vs. Villains spawning, which can spawn a full health hero or villain right behind you, and they'll kill you.
Yeah,
which is
I
completely
even noticed
broken.
that, which is not good.
There's random sound glitches. There's random lag glitches. There's random. I even had a picture glitch on Kashyyyk. I had that weird LAAT gunship laser going across half my screen consistently.
And in the stream yesterday, anytime I got in a ship, remember, it went completely black.
Oh yeah, completely black.
Anytime I went into the gunship, I could shoot laser beams in blackness, so the picture goes away. And then when I was in different ships, like the they're not TIE fighters, but you know what I'm talking about. Whatever they're called, the Arc, like the clone trooper,
Fighter, or the Arc 170.
Arc 170, like the spaceships on Camino, it was completely black, and I would just crash instantly. So you can't see at all. I don't know if that was just me, but point being, there's a lot of bugs. Now, this is kind of expected.
Yeah,
and they are kind of redoing
and I think it's interesting
the
we
entire
had
game.
two completely different kinds of bugs too, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
That just seems to be something that's happening to everybody. That's just random bugs like that.
It's like they
going
don't
around
test
in
this
completely
game.
different ways.
This happens every patch. Every patch so far with Battlefront 2. They fix something, and then they royally break something really bad. And before it was the heavy glitch, and now it's, if you want to use a hero that has a blaster, good luck. You're not going to have any fun, because you're going to die.
Yeah, it's really strange. I don't understand how this keeps happening. But again, we've talked about this a lot. Like,
Darth Maul's saber doesn't work. His saber throw.
Oh yeah, Darth Maul's saber throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've talked about this before. Patches have mistakes. Patches have glitches. Some of these mistakes are pretty gigantic, so I'm a little surprised they missed this kind of stuff. But even that is okay if you fix it in a relatively timely manner, which they have not done yet. So this is, I don't understand. Through the first 2 patches, they had a broken Palpatine, didn't fix it for a month. Then they had that broken Heavy, didn't fix it for a month. I don't understand why it takes them so long to fix these small issues. These aren't like humongous like progression system update changes.
See, we say this, but people have been defending this game for forever. Like, oh, they're just fixing the progression system. They're just putting all their focus on the progression system. Well, now this isn't an excuse anymore. So if we don't start getting like regular updates and like hot fixes and stuff, then what are they doing? If they're not focusing all their time and effort on this progression system that's already out, I mean, what else? What's the excuse going to be this time? Like, oh, they're just working on DLC for the future, so they don't have time to do patches? Like, no. The progression system's out. They have to fix their freaking mistakes in a timely manner now. If they want to... We can't have this. This can't be a reoccurring thing. Here's a patch. All right, we know we're going to have to wait another month before it gets fixed. Like, we know...
Yeah,
the next update's going to be in April. I think they said early. What time did they say? They say early or mid-April, or did they even say a time?
I heard April for sure. I just know April is when the whole cosmetic microtransaction and all that stuff, crafting parts to skill points, that kind of stuff's supposed to happen.
All right. Well, even if they said it's early April, that it probably means the end of middle April. It'll be like what, the 17th of April, or regardless. Before we see anything, it'll probably be a month. So, or close to it.
Like, that is one thing, but this hot fixes and this stuff, that cannot take a month. I mean, we've been through this too many times, and the sad part is, so far, there's no reason to think it would take any less than a month. But they got a week. I'm sorry, this stuff is not, like, ridiculously, like, or shouldn't be ridiculously hard to fix. And if it is, then your game's really, really broken. This is supposed to be a live service game. You no longer have the progression system as an excuse. So let's see what you got. You got a week. If this stuff is still broken in a week, you're going to lose any momentum that you were able to get going from this.
That, and there's always the excuse that they have to get everything approved. Like, the multiple levels, they have to get things approved, and their bosses from EA don't let them do stuff. They're... Like, I guarantee it's not going to take very long for EA to approve them to do a quick hot fix to make it so heroes can run faster. Is that going to be lore breaking? Like, I don't see any controversy there.
Well, I mean, even if that's the issue, I mean, okay, well then we don't know who to point the finger at, but it doesn't change the fact that the game's still screwed. Whether it's EA's fault, DICE's fault, Disney's fault, doesn't matter. You have got to put these hot fixes in. They got to be fast, and you cannot even pretend to call yourself a live service game if you're not going to fix this stuff in a relatively timely manner. Honestly, a week from now, if this stuff is all still broken and they fix it a week from now, that's not that fast. That's not a hot fix. That's just a general, like, quick update. Like, hey, I got some glitches. The only positive... or the only thing that makes me think, well, maybe this is different, other than the fact that the progression system's out of the way, is the fact that even in the patch notes, they're already aware that there's issues. Like, hey, I know we got this bug and this bug and this bug. So they're fully aware. I know that the guy who develops the heroes, I can't remember his name right now, but he tweeted about being aware of the whole blaster hero issue. So they're definitely aware. There's a little bit of communication there, finally, which is a step in the right direction, I guess. Are we going to see, when the rubber hits the road, are we going to see them actually do things with this, or are we just going to hear words? Because the sad part is, words is a step in the right direction the way they've been, but we got to see action on this stuff. Is this stuff going to get fixed fast? Did Battlefront turn over a new leaf? We'll find out pretty quickly. That's
another thing about this patch. Like, I'm glad that they fixed a lot of stuff and they made some buffs to Boba and Han. I can actually tell a difference. And Iden, tell a pretty big difference to Iden now. So they made good changes. Like, the changes they made were pretty good. But these glitches are... We can't have that. We can't go another month. But this patch as a whole, it kind of feels underwhelming in a sense that we have to wait till April to get it to be a complete product. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, like I have all these crafting parts, and I want to play this game, but I know that in like a month, I'll just have all these freaking skill points I can just put into whatever I want. So I don't want to go out and grind Luke because I know here in a few weeks I can just use all these skill points I have banked just to level up Luke. So,
Yeah.
and people were like, well, what do I spend my credits on? Like right now, I have no incentive to like earn credits because I can't spend them on anything at the moment. So if they don't have this
go
patch,
very long with that.
yeah, this patch should come out like the first week of April, or people are going to start getting a little ticked off that they're just saving credits and they have nothing to spend them on at all. It gets kind of boring.
How patient do you expect this Battlefront community to be with how patient they've already been? I mean, so like you can't have that going into the end of April. Again, we don't have a whole lot of reason to think they won't, because that's been what we've seen so far, unless they're turning over a new leaf. But then that's got to be early April, because there's crafting parts and credits that are just completely worthless until they integrate that.
Yeah.
So
We're supposed to get
a huge deal right
We're supposed to get a pretty decent amount of stuff in April. So
yeah, cosmetics too. That's supposed to come in.
are they going to do this at like
So-
one patch in the beginning of April, and then we're going to like another one at the end of April? Hopefully, I mean, this progression system's out now, so they don't have to worry about that. So they should, like, there should be 2 different things in April.
Mm-hmm.
And they should
Yeah,
have a
should have
roadmap
2
to
big
announce
patches.
DLC in April. Like, April should be a huge month for this game. But
Yeah, it really should be.
I
but-
mean, them killing off heroes versus villains like this, that's a pretty popular game mode. And, I mean, all Blaster heroes are pretty much screwed in Galactic Assault, too. Like, I was Captain Phasma in Galactic Assault during the stream, and you just can't run away. Like, if you're out in the open, you're dead.
Mhm.
And when the...
heroes are one of the biggest selling points.
yeah,
So
that's
the
what...
almost more than
that's why
half
people
of them
wanna
are
play.
broken.
Uh-huh. Like, Han's broken, Leia's broken, Phasma, Boba, anyone with a gun, Lando,
Bosk.
Bosk. And then if you have to fall back because the fallback zones in Galactic Assault, if you're not, like, if you don't anticipate that it's almost time to fall back and you get a head start, you will die because you won't have enough time on the timer to make it to the rest of the battle because you run so slow. Yeah, so that definitely
I have no
needs
idea
fixed.
how they let that slip by. Like, that's a hot fix desperately needed very quickly. But yeah, we're on the other side of this game now. Okay, there's no more progression system. If that was the excuse, it's not there now. So this is this is their. I don't even know if it's a last chance because they've already lost so much.
Yeah.
But there
See,
might
I'm
be
not-
some prayer of hope. But they have to turn over a new leaf.
I'm not that angry
That's what has to happen.
because I expect very, very bare minimum, very bottom of the line anything from the developers at this point. So, like, I know a lot of people are really ticked off about heroes versus villains and stuff, but like I'm not really that shocked. Like we even said in the podcast before this patch came out that there was probably going to be bugs, and there's bugs. Because it happens time and time again. We wait a month, get a patch, things are broken. Wait a month, get another patch, more stuff's broken. So it's just an ongoing
wait a month.
process.
Like I said, like, this doesn't have to be bad. Like, things are broken after patches. It happens. It's okay. But you have to fix it quickly. You can't leave it broken for a month. That's insane. So that's where the issue really is for me. I'm not mad about the brokenness either. It's been one day. It's understandable.
And you even have some
I'll be
hope
very
brought back
mad in 3 weeks.
You're even hopeful.
I do. I'm holding on for dear life to something because seeing this and like seeing some things slowly look like they're changing makes me have that slither of hope that maybe they're turning over a new leaf. Because quite frankly, not only is it so important for the channel ourselves, it's Battlefront. You know, this is like when I was a kid. This is my big game. So I'm what's the word, like hopelessly hopeful, I guess. Or,
Well, okay.
I don't know exactly how to explain it. But there's no reason for me to be hopeful.
Let's try to see the silver lining here. They got this
All
patch
right,
out.
This is a new turned over a new leaf here.
Yes. We're gonna be optimistic for a little bit. They got this patch out. This is a big patch. This shows that they obviously care about the game if they're going to redo the entire progression system.
They can't be given up.
The developers came out after the patch and were actually responding to people about bugs and stuff. So they're aware of these bugs. They already said that there's going to be stuff coming out in April. There's going to be new cosmetic skins and stuff. I mean, hopefully, with this progression system done, the next patch, they will fix... like, I don't think we're going to get a hot fix. I just don't think that's ever going to happen. Because they would have just turned off the heavy explosive thing if they would have hot fixed. But let's say next patch comes out and they have all these bugs pretty much fixed. And then let's say start of the second week of April, we'll get this stuff. It's my prediction.
Okay. Well, I guess that's kind of positive. I think we could do one better if they really are turning over a new leaf. I think I don't know how realistic I'm being, but if they really want to impress people, this is fixed by next week. And those cosmetics are ready week 1 of April. And May gets us a crap ton of DLC. If they really want to impress anybody here, especially me, that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah.
Right, that would impress the hell out of you.
Yeah, see, the problem with me is, like, this update was cool and all, but we haven't gotten any content in months. Like, it's still all the same stuff. Like, I can just get skill points now. Like, I have most of the stuff already unlocked. Like, these skill points help, but, I mean, it's still the same game. I'm still playing the same maps over and over. The rounds still end in, like, the first wave or the second wave, depending on the map. It's just the same stuff. Like, Takadana still is kind of unbalanced. Death Star ends early all the time. Like, it's the same thing over and over and over and over. I just need a new hero or something. Like, skins next month is going to be nice and all, but it's nothing really new. It doesn't change the game.
I guess I'm just getting this hope because it looks confirmed that they have not given up on this game. Because I was pretty damn sure by what they were doing, they were going to completely give up. Looks like they haven't done that. Yeah. So I guess that's where this blind hope is coming from. But it's time to show us. Are you really turning over a new leaf here, Battlefront, or are you the same old crappy thing we've seen for the last 3 months? So it's time to find out. You got your bugs, you got your brokenness. Can they fix it in a timely manner, and can we get some good communication going? There's tons of things they need to do better.
Well, I mean, we're in the second quarter now, so technically they can say all the stuff they want because, I mean, they couldn't say anything before because of the quarterly thing with their money. Now, I mean, there's no reason they can't have communication. Because, I mean, they're in this quarter now. So, we should definitely be seeing a new leaf.
Hoping for all these new leaves. That's all we can say at this point. All right, guys, so it's that time. Hit up the comments section. I know you guys have tons of opinions on this. Are we being too negative? Are we being too positive? Both. It's probably true, to be honest. So let us know in the comments section what you think. As always, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Watch another video. You can watch our patch notes video from yesterday where we go really deep in depth into all the patch notes. And yeah, I think that does it for us. So we will talk to you guys in the next video.
Will you join me? Accept your fate. I grew impatient.